Greetings guys, my name's Elio and welcome back to the channel. And today's account review, which is the final account review of 2020 because I am taking a short break just in case you didn't check the other account review that was done earlier. Basically, account reviews are going to be shut down until February just so I can take a break from doing them because it's all that I've been pretty much doing for the past couple months, and it's given me time to work on other videos. But I will probably make like an announcement video or something when that is back open. So if you have any account issues, please check out the account reviews that I've already done, and hopefully once things are raring to go up in February, I'm guessing, or I'm thinking, we can go ahead and address the issues then. But for the final review of 2020, we have CorraHeart here, who is level 51, and let's go ahead and get right into it. Alright, so starting off here, CorraHeart, I'm going to go ahead and break it to you. I went through your mod box, and we need to talk about some gym quality action going on. Level 51, you just hopefully gotten everything situated with golems, you're trying out titans, you're interested in PvP as we communicated before. Now it's time to start honing in on things and really focusing on your mods. There's a couple things I wanted to bring up here. I wouldn't say a glaring issue, but something that is worth mentioning because it's just easier to bring up here. So your purse, for example, I took a look at your purse. She has a defense gem on her with some resist, she has another defense gem on her with some resist, and then she has an HP gem. I'm not sure where she's being used at, but honestly, if she's Evo 3, especially with her being a balance type, you shouldn't need more than either a HP gem or a defense gem, because trinkets should be on her to help supplement any other stats that she's missing from that. And even if you don't want to, you know, make her full-on like DPS build, you can always give her like one attack gem. Like you can do her bruiser build, which is HP attack defense if you want, and try and get a little bit more raw damage out of her depending on where you're going to use her at, because you will be using her as your one of your B11 sappers. So do keep that in mind as we go to the golems part. But this was just something I saw just thrown on a set. Like plus 150 defense literally means nothing. That is literally nothing. It might as well just be a broken set, and I'm just like, why is she on this when she could be on so much better of a set, or just a broken set in general. Next up though was this guy over here, Fire Shinobi. Now I understand you're level 51, not a big deal here, not hating on that. But he's on a ruin set. The only issue that I'm seeing though is that he literally has like one of the world's lowest crit rate up there. Like, dude's sitting at a spicy 18% crit rate on a ruin set. So I mean, not taking into account any of the Titans resistance or anything like that, we have what, like roughly a not even a 1 in 5 chance of this actually working and him doing some more damage. But even with his, what is that, like 4.5k attack, it's like this is just a bad idea. This is literally just a bad idea. Maybe you just threw the set up here to fill out his set because maybe he had one decent like ruin gem, but yeah, he's obviously very underperforming. Underperforming is probably the wrong word to even say that. Like, he is severely crippled right now with this setup, and I do ask that all of you guys out there, that if you're doing this as well and you're wondering why, you know, how come I can't get a new personal best or a PB in Titans? How come I can't do as much damage as someone else in my clan? This might be the issue why. You have a mon on a set and the set is just doo-doo. Now, I'm not hating on you, CorraHeart. I just wanted to bring it to your attention that this is like some level 30 action right here. This is something a level 30 would do, and we're gonna need you to tighten up because we know you can do better than that. But that's what I wanted to bring up about gem quality. So next up though, since Corra only asked for 3 simple things, we're gonna head over here to the first one. Alright, so here we are at Golems B11. Maybe this was your team that you were rocking with, which I guess isn't bad, but I picked out a slightly different team for you because I'd only seen one sapper, but I didn't know that you had Wood Sealer as well. Not like I've ever considered Wood Sealer because just there's not really any damage from him, especially being a tank type, and he has 2 types of sap for 1 turn. That's not horrible, but 60% for 2 types of sap for 2 turns is just a gag me with a machete, dude. That is absolutely awful. And even if you try to build him defensively, his base attack is pretty, like, it's dirt nasty low, so But my setup for you was pretty similar to this. I was thinking Wood Banshee, Fire Draka, Fire Purse, and Wood Jormungandr. That's what I was thinking for you, because Wood Stealer's sap does work, especially in an area like Colossus, but you don't want to bring that sap in here, especially with that just dirt nasty low rate. You're just asking for a very, very bad time. So this is the team composition I've picked out for you. Draka will be the Wave Clearer, Fire Purse, and Wood Jormungandr will be the sappers, especially with Wood Jormungandr being able to get his sap up fairly quick. Plus, Draka can also be supplying SP to the whole entire squad, and then Banshee will be acting as a, technically I classified her as a Wave Clearer in the Wave Clearer tier list, if you guys haven't checked that out, but she's there to just assist with damage at this point in time, because you do have like a Fire Siegfried in your box, but I'm not sure if you're going to invest in him any further than that. It looks like he's Evo 2 as well, so it really just depends on his gems, but if you want to invest in him, I would just bring Fire Siegfried out, go ahead and drop Fire Draka in here, and then run with your 2 sappers just like that. But once again, guys, I say this like every single account review video, make sure these mons are level 60, which you got down. Make sure that they're booked up if possible. I understand that you have some Nat 5s. I'm not saying you need to book up all your Nat 5s. Make sure gems are looking quite spicy here. Also, don't forget about trinkets and also enhancements. Don't forget about all of that stuff. Don't forget about none of it, because it can impact your performance quite a bit, and you have to think that B11 is the new B10, so you need to be bringing the money makers, or you're not going to be making any money. It's just that simple. So if you have to pour resources from other areas into these guys first to get them beefy, go ahead and do it, because without gems, what do you have? Nothing. Nothing. Titan damage, absolute garbage. PvP mods, absolute garbage. You can have the best PvP mods in the world, but if they're on a, Gem of Ruin set, like your Fire Shinobi, for example, I'm 99% sure a level 37 could probably wipe the floor with those mods. Just FYI, you guys. FYI. But that's it for the Golems B11 team. I didn't really see nukers to kind of recommend that either, so I think it's just safer to go with 2 Wave Clearers and 2 Sappers. Moving on though, we do have PvP, so now I'm going to start off here with the offensive team, and then we're going to go into the defense team. Your team right now looks like you're using Crowhook and T-Star. This is probably during the Nat 3 League. I'm okay with that. Not saying that I participate in it, but I think Crowhook has gotten a pretty hefty buff, at least during that 3 week, and of course C-Star as well. But it looks like you have a good idea, and then Wood Geno is over there for some damage as well. What I was thinking for your team composition when it's not the Nat 3 League is a little bit more, I guess you could say, not mature, but a little bit more updated type of thing here. So what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and throw in your Banshee as well, just because she can get her defense down off super duper quick, which can always be super helpful for you in certain situations. We're going to go ahead and run in with Fire Draka as well. We're going to use your Dark Sandwraith, and then we are also going to pop in, I was thinking either Dark C-Star or Dark Hades, but you don't really have your C-Star built, which I would recommend you building her, because she is pretty solid, like especially for Super Evolution, she's pretty solid. But I was thinking also Hades. Now you don't have a whole bunch of curse mons, you don't need to have Hades on crit rate attack because his curse damage scales off of attack, but obviously it can be resisted, so it's up to you if you want it to maybe trade out your Wood Banshee and put in like a light Zephyros instead, where resistance down can be applied to a mon, and that would give you a nice blend of just different mons. But this is just one of many setups I was thinking for your team, because with Dark Sandwraith, I've heard wonderful things about him. And I mean, I have an SP Siphoner on my team as well, which is Dark Merlin. But with Dark Sandwraith, you can then help control the battlefield by, making sure certain mons don't get their 5-star skill off because of Dark Sandwraith's SP Siphon. And then there's also Persevere, so the longer that he survives, the better damage he will do. Draka is there just to be a nuker. I mean, that's pretty much it. Wood Banshee is also there to just assist everyone else out with some extra damage if defense downs can stick. But if mons are running some Dirt Nasty high resist, you could run into some issues right there, which would then also impact Hades because Curse will be resisted. And especially even though Curse has gotten an update, if it's resisted, it's resisted. There's really nothing you can do about that. Now, if you did want to throw in like Light Zephyros, for example, or even a Water Xiao Jing instead of your Banshee, that's perfectly fine as well. Because you will have some CC, not a lot of CC, but you will have some CC, and then Dark Hades can also hopefully get some more curses stacked upon mons after Light Zephyros has gotten his resistance down applied to them. The same thing with Xiao Jing, but in this case I may recommend going with Light Zephyros instead. That way you have a light mon on the field, number one, and number two, Shock to me is more superior than Seal because obviously Shock acts just like stun and defense down all matched together. But I mean, there's also other suggestions for you as well, like you could run this composition and maybe just drop Draka and go ahead and slide in your Wet Wild Fang. Did I pass her? Nope. You could slide in your Wet Wild Fang and please make her lead. Please make her lead. Don't use these other guys' leads. I can't remember Sandwraith's, but don't use these other guys' leads. But you could have Wet Wild Fang, Light Zephyros, Dark Sandwraith, and Dark Hades. This may be the best composition I could come up with for right now, since I had to be very creative because of your just extreme lack of crowd control mons, which I thought was a bit weird because you are level 51. But that's what I have for now. I mean, obviously, depending on your team compositions, you might need to change things up. But I think this would be a solid team for you at this point in time, since you'll be able to control the field with at least two CCers. Dark Sandwraith also with his SP Siphon, and then Hades is hopefully there just chilling and relaxing with that new curse update. And that's what I have for the offensive team. If you guys have any other suggestions though, like the pro PvP players, go ahead and drop that comment below. Go ahead. It's waiting for you watching this video right now. But let's go ahead and move on to your defense party real quick. So your defense party pulled up here is Water Wild Fang, which is great. Light Suck, Light Sea Star, Fire Medusa, and then Fire Draka. The good old Fire Draka, eh? That's how you know. That's how you know you need an account review, when Fire Draka is hidden. But we're not going to worry about Fire Draka right now. My thoughts on this was just a very, very slight change to it. I'm not a big fan of Sea Star, especially since people run like crit resist now. So she's kind of like not bad, but once you get out of like the lower level PvP, she's pretty much just ignored for that simple reason. So what I was thinking was keeping Wild Fang in there, keeping your Light Suck in there as well. And then we're going to go ahead and slide in your unused Dark Sea Star, which I said earlier in the video that I recommend that you build her because she's a phenomenal mon. I mean, she's not super duper OP, but she's pretty good now, especially for Super Evolution, if I can find her. So Wet Wild Fang, Dark Sea Star, Light Suck, and then I was also thinking either Light Nike for right now, even though Light Nike has fell off. That would give you some sort of an aggressor on your team, even though that would make you run 2 light types again. Or you could possibly put in Dark Miho as well, but Dark Miho would need to bring in something special to the team, like even if she's on Pugilist or something like that, just to make her a tad bit annoying, because Dark Miho by herself doesn't really do anything other than soak up damage and be annoying, in my opinion. So if you do bring her, hopefully she can bring something extra to the table. If not, I mean, Light Nike is a solid choice as well, but it's up to you who you want to use. You also have a Light Pegasus who has Shock and Adrenaline, and I haven't really used mine that much, but 1 turn Shock and then Adrenaline isn't bad. Is it the best choice in the world? Absolutely not, but it's not bad. So it's really up to you just to test out these mons and see how they fare in terms of your defense team, of helping you choose which one that you should have as your defense party, because the main part of the defense party, well, the main point of the defense party is to render the attackers pretty much useless. Like, when I think of team compositions, or I see team compositions that I'm fighting auto on PvP, there's some compositions that are just super duper annoying. The mons are super duper tanky. They either do stuns, they either do petrification, they do stuns and petrification, they do freaking shock and sap, they do all kinds of just annoying stuff. So finding those mons that you have in your box is the first key to setting up a solid defense team, and then making sure that they're just tanky and can resist as much things as possible is the second step to making sure your defense party is a smiley face. But that's what I have for PvP defense. Once again, your boy is nothing more than a casual. So to all the pro gamers out there, the pro PvP players watching the video, go ahead and drop that comment if you haven't already. Here's your second chance to go ahead and drop a comment and help Corra out, because you helping Corra out not only helps Corra out, but it helps everyone else that watches these videos, and it also helps me to make account reviews a little bit more informative as we go on. But I'm just scrolling through their mom box real quick here, just in case you guys didn't see it. And then we're going to head over here to the airship to wrap things up. Alright, we're back at the airship, boys. We're about to be nosy here real quick, though, because CorraHeart's level 51. Let's go and see them light dark nat 5s, if there are any. Weird champ. Am I missing something? No, I'm not missing anything. There's Dark Arthur, there's Dark Hades. There's no Lightmon at all. Oh yeah, there's also Dark Xiao Jing. So I'll count 2, and I'm assuming that you picked Dark Arthur. So I'll say 2 light and dark nat 5s. Yep, just 2 at the moment. I mean, that's honestly not bad. It's pretty normal, to be honest. Not counting contract mons or mons that you can fuse for, etc. But I'm just really curious about what happened to your light nat 5, because it just doesn't exist at all. That's a oof. Anyways, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this video up. Shout out to CorraHeart for allowing me to use their account for this review. I definitely hope my suggestions helped. But at this point in time with your account, especially if you want to do more damage in Titans, and if you want to get a good head into PvP, I would say focus number 1 on your Golems B11 team and get those guys up to par. That way your runs will be stable, they'll be faster, you'll be able to gem up your Titan mons better, so you can get a lot more damage out of those Titan mons, which would then net you some more gems. And also having better gems will also assist you in doing dragons for hopefully getting some healer sets, pugilists, etc., siphon sets, whatever that you need from dragons as well, to help beef up your PvP mons once you get them out of the whole you know, running them on a set with max resist type thing, because the pugilist sets and stuff of that nature is like the play of the game sets later on in PvP. But that's pretty much it, you guys. That's all I have. And I mean, this isn't a goodbye to account reviews, this is just a simple break. And if you made it this far in the video, I do hope you've considered already hitting it with that like button, because it does help a lot. And also, if you're watching the videos, man, you haven't subscribed yet, you coming back every couple of days, go and hit that subscribe button, because it's free. And I'll see you guys in the next one.